Just visit the new CalgaryHerald.com with more of everything worth knowing.
Like, I just think if your son's name is on something, you should know what it is for, and it shouldn't. You should have some say over it, and so that's tough.
Nearly 6 years after his death, Pam Schwartz is still fighting over her son's memory. Matthew is with her all the time, his ashes held in a small necklace around her neck.
The reason we wanted there to be some sort of, what is the right word, retribution? I don't know, is so that policies would be changed and this wouldn't happen again.
Right.
We don't want other parents to go through what we've gone through.
25-year-old Matthew Schwartz went through an agonizing death, killed in a natural gas flash fire atop a service rig. The singed metal clips are all that remain from his safety harness after his fiery fall to the ground. He fell 16 meters to his death. The $425,000 penalty against Special Services Incorporated remains one of the largest workplace safety fines Alberta has seen. Rather than the money going into government coffers, the judge agreed the money should go towards trade schools and nonprofit groups. It's known as creative sentencing, and it now accounts for almost 90% of the increasingly hefty workplace safety convictions handed out in Alberta.
As a principle or as a model, we don't have a huge concern about that approach as long as the employers are being held to account for their actions, as long as prosecutions are being launched. Honestly, we don't care if the fine that they pay is paid either to the government or some charity.
Employment Minister Thomas Lukaszuk says creative sentencing sends a very good message that the fine money goes directly towards making workplaces safer. This year, anyway. But the Schwartz family is frustrated. They had no say in where the fine money went. $150,000 will go to an oil and gas scholarship, leaving the family asking why would they want to promote the industry that killed their son.
My husband had asked if it could go to certain things that meant more to us.
Right.
Or more to Matthew, and they said no, it couldn't.
Right.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was going to help the oil industry.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it was.
Towards the oil industry.
Right.
Which my dad's like, why not healthcare or something that actually helps people?
To add insult to their injury, the company ordered to pay the fine is listed as a donor on the college's website.
So it doesn't make any sense to me. Because they're not doing it because they want to.
Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Gil McGowan says the fines are meant to deter bad behavior. He doesn't want to see offending companies gain some backdoor benefits for agreeing to a creative sentence.
We would feel very uncomfortable if employers were allowed to use these penalties in order to improve their corporate images. That's not what it's about.
The Herald's investigation has turned up other troubling issues, including the Alberta government doesn't systematically track whether fines are ever paid. Companies are often given up to 4 years to settle what they owe in installments, but in some notable cases, fines have not been paid. In many cases, the convicted company has more say about where the cash goes than the families of the victims. Fines can go out of province or even to for-profit firms. Employment Minister Thomas Lukaszuk says he's looking into some of the issues to make sure the way fines are handled is appropriate.
If your son's name.
For her part, Pam Schwartz has never felt that any part of the justice system following her son's death has been appropriate.
You should have some say over it.
Kelly Kratterman, CalgaryHerald.com.
So that's